What's happening, good people? I'm here with David Cook, DeFranco Refinishing. Um, Tell me about it, man. You've been a Drip Jobs user. You've listened to the pod. There's a couple things going on in the business. Would love to hear about it and see if I can be of service to you.
Yeah, I've been listening to your podcast off and on for a couple of years.
Thanks, man.
Drip Jobs, we are actually new too, so it's been, I
Okay.
think we're not quite a month that we're actually getting stuff set up, put
Okay.
all of our
How do you feel
information in
about it?
there. It's a lot compared to stuff we've had before. We had a different estimating software that was nice to use. It didn't have a lot of the automation features that is
Sure.
included in here. So trying to navigate how that works and best
Yeah.
practices to set up. So it's definitely a lot easier in that way versus having to do manual emails.
Oh man, yeah,
Instead,
absolutely. Sure, sure. Well, thank you for trying it out, and just know the team's there, and we'll do as many sessions as you want for free. So,
Kennedy's
take
been
it.
awesome.
Good, 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 good. Cool, man. So where are you at in the business right now? Tell me something that's going really good. I love to hear some good things. And then tell me an area that you're just hitting a roadblock on.
I'd say good things between YouTube and website. So we've been having a lot of fun over the past. It's been 10 months doing really with Marcus Sheridan. They ask you answer his theory of content marketing, top five things people ask, providing that kind of content to your website
Okay.
and following that up with video. So it's been 3 to 5
Good.
videos a week, 3 to 5 blog posts a week, and then focusing on Google local services, like a map pack type thing, trying to, within our area, stay top of mind for everything that we do. So we've done really good with
Right on.
that and focusing on Google reviews. So we're
Love that.
195 as of this
Beautiful,
morning.
man. Congratulations on that.
So
That's
yeah,
freaking hard to
thanks.
do.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God,
I've done it and
so
it's
hard.
hard. So good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, but my wife does a great job of making sure, we finish a job and, those prompts are out there and the crews do a great job and,
Yeah.
we give them a little bonuses, for those reviews too. So, hey, kind of prompting them, hey, if they
Sure.
mention your name, you're gonna get a little bit of a bump too. So
Yeah,
they have a
yeah.
little
We
bit of
started doing
incentive.
that and they become advocates for it. It helps. It's awesome.
So those are the two things going really well. And then we've actually been doing some little updating on the website itself as far as making what we call pillar pages, kind of making the pages look like Amazon. So when people are
Okay.
buying a service, that's what they're used to seeing. So when they're buying a
Sure.
service, this is the service, here's some bullet points, here's the cost, and then, kind of break it down that way. So we've been kind of playing with
So
that a little bit.
you're putting your pricing on the website.
Pricing is everywhere on the website. So blog
Okay.
articles, we have a pricing page,
Okay.
pricing videos,
Okay.
it's everywhere. Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Right on. All right. So tell me what's going not perfect.
Leads.
Leads.
It's been a heck of a year. This is the first year we tried doing like direct mail marketing, and that
Okay.
first of the year it was it was not good.
How
So it's been
many
a
did
lot.
you send out?
I don't have it in front of me. It was
You can ballpark it. Just
yeah, probably about 25,
thousand.
30,000.
Okay. Any results?
We had 3 leads.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
So
did not go
three leads
well.
and
So I was
three
very
leads.
frustrated with that.
Okay. What else?
Um, and then we started doing door knockers. So that's
Okay.
been probably about 4 months. We started doing it. We haven't been doing it faithfully. So now kind of the same thing, incentivizing the crews. So, hey, every day pick 10 houses around where we're working.
Oh, they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. No.
Okay.
Um,
So you got so you tried EDDM. You were trying door knockers. You don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. It's a demotivating experience for everyone. And then you hopefully hit one. And when you hit one, it can be good. And usually it's kind of if you don't look at it as lead generation, unfortunately, then you go in and you get disappointed because the guys that are killing it are just going in getting leads. They're not even trying to sell. So it can work, but in this case, sounds like spread a little thin if we're having the team do it and you're not going all in on that. So what else? What are the other marketing channels?
we have Google Ads.
Okay,
They've been doing okay the last
got it.
2 months. So since July, we kind of, I don't know, we hit a roadblock in July for some reason.
Okay,
Um, so we've updated and changed. We have some great people helping us with that too.
right on.
But it's
Who's
kind
helping?
of Tyler Chappelle.
Okay,
If you listen to Nick May in the Business
Yeah.
Brush. He's
Yep.
one of his guys. So he's been helping us for a long time on that.
Awesome.
He really knows his stuff. So it's been a blessing for him helping us with our Google Ads stuff.
Right on.
But like, he looks at behind the scenes and he can see, how other people are doing things and set up type things.
Sure.
And, when the next, like we're trying to keep our ad, cost per lead low. And, when you got the Certa Pros and some guys are spending, $60, $70 for a lead on Google.
Okay.
I mean, they're trying to
So understand principle number one I'm going to share with you is he who pays the most for the lead gets the lead. That's a business strategy. How you feel about it doesn't matter. It's just the game, and get comfortable with it, and that's unfortunately the case. I'm looking at a few things here. I want to help you. I want to give you some advice, maybe some strategy. Let's talk about first, before I do that, what's production look like? Because something stood out to me, and I reviewed your kind of little questionnaire that I gave you. You told me that there's a range in terms of sales between 30 and 60K on a monthly basis. Is that consistent? Is that true?
Yeah, we've been a
That's
nice
really
roller coaster.
hard for you to scale a business that way. Like, it's really hard. You got to be really stressed out about that. What's the team look like?
We are 50-50 subs and employees.
Okay. Well, that helps because you don't have the pressure. Do you like the employees better or you like the subs better?
Depends on the day.
Tell me which one.
Depends on the job. Like cabinet, because we're not just painting. So some of the craftsmanship stuff with wallpaper, that is definitely, that's been 50-50 actually too. So we have some great subs for wallpaper.
Okay. Got it.
Cabinets we've kept in-house.
Okay.
It's we've tried both, but
all right.
We seem to get more bang for the buck.
Are you house painting too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are subs.
Sorry. So cabinets, house painting, wallpaper. What else do you do?
Interior, exterior painting.
Okay. So both interior and exterior. So cabinet refinishing, interior and exterior painting, wallpaper. You do texturing?
Texturing?
Yeah. Like, do you texture walls? Do you do any, drywall work at all?
Drywall repairs. We don't install.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. So the problem here, the big overarching problem is consistency and lead flow. That's the big one. Let me ask you this. You said you're spending a lot of time making content. Why are you running Facebook ads?
Why aren't I?
Yes.
Couple reasons. I have a moral issue with Facebook.
Okay.
That's the biggest reason. And then we were 2 years ago, we actually were working with, I don't know. You can talk about him all the time. But he's on your stuff a lot.
Okay. So you had a bad experience with a marketing agency?
Not a bad experience with a marketing agency. Bad experience with Facebook. So we had our account hacked twice. Okay. And in the process of having our account hacked, we have our, a lot of money that goes into that, trying to get it fixed, get it repaired, and then kind of the same thing. It's like, every time, you try and get leads. Well, if we spend more money, you get more leads, and it just got to be
right.
Google. I can talk my Google, my business. I can talk to somebody in Google right now. Facebook, I can't, and I just have a thing with Facebook, and
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you think that's hurting your business?
In some ways. Okay.
So one of the things I like to see is like, what's the end goal for you? Because if I can understand that, then I'll understand like what decisions we need to make that are more strategic than emotional. Unfortunately, like I understand, I get it, like understood, but you have a moral obligation to your team that's greater than your moral preference when it comes to a platform that could be the secret sauce to helping them further their lives. So sometimes it's a matter of perspective, David. To be honest with you, it is. And I think the fact of the matter is you're giving me a bunch of different things that you're doing. I think the thing is it's a two-pronged approach here. The first thing is the market is not clear on the problem that you solve. That's number one. I don't think the market's clear on the problem that you solve. And the reason I say that is because your marketing is heavily diversified. It's extremely passive marketing, right? So you're doing a lot of YouTube content. You're putting out a lot of posts on maybe Instagram, or are you using another platform to do those organic posts?
We do post on Facebook and then go to Instagram, but we just don't pay.
Okay. You don't pay. Okay. No one's really going to see those. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is because these companies want you to pay in order for those things to be seen. And it's just like Google, right? You look at, there's only one page. That's the idea here, is that there's so much content going out on Facebook now that they're not going to show content to people that is irrelevant or it wasn't paid for, right? So you have a very low chance. You're putting in a lot of effort on this content. And that was a strategy maybe 10 years ago that worked, right? Organic content, eventually people comment and hopefully see it. It's just not working anymore because these companies are in business to make money and they want you to pay in order to display. That's the game, right? And you're spending all this time making quality content. It needs to be amplified. It has to be, or else it's a wasted effort. Marcus Lemonis, he probably has a good content strategy, but you're on the receiving side of this and you're not getting any leads. And it's because people don't see it. And the goal here, like I said, is a two-pronged approach, David. The fact of the matter is that it is unclear of the problem that you solve. I want you to understand this very well, okay? The name of your company, DeFranco Refinishing?
DeFranco Painting and Wallpaper.
Painting and wallpaper. Got it. Okay, good. So that's clear. But the goal here is for you to understand that I think that there's this cabinet component here that could be amplified heavily on Facebook, and you would have more leads than you knew what to do with if you would just put together the right strategy and be okay with paying for it, because you have to pay to play in this game. It's getting more competitive. I think you're seeing this. And if you want to survive in business, unfortunately, this is the way it is. Door knocking is okay, but ultimately, do you think you'd buy a service from someone knocking on your door? Wouldn't you take the information and go do your own research, right? As a buyer, is that something that you personally would do, or would you take it for face value?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I like the honesty. Same thing with mail. What do you do with advertisements in the mailbox? You look at them and you toss them, because you are becoming a more educated buyer because you're learning to trust in your own resources, which is, generally speaking, the phone that you have in your hand or the internet that you have access to, right? So how do we solve this problem? Well, the first thing is if you're doing cabinet refinishing, the key is Facebook ads. Now, whether you're locked out of Facebook or whatever that situation is, I'm just telling you, again, whether it's a moral obligation or not, people that are running Facebook ads for cabinet refinishing have more work and leads than they know what to do with. 2 to 3K a month in ad spend, simply because what you're selling is very appealing to someone scrolling on Facebook when they see a dramatic before and after picture, right? That's number one. Number two, the Facebook algorithm is only improving, and it's seeking data across all channels, whether that's listening to you or looking at you or seeing what you're Googling. And you might be Googling, hey, I want to know what it's like to replace my cabinets. Next thing you know, they're seeing DeFranco cabinets refinishing right on their Facebook feed. And it says, hey, get a free quote. And again, one thing that stood out to me, David, is that you're interested in making content. So that immediately, in my eyes, puts you ahead of the average company who just relies heavily on just before and after pictures. I can't dance around this, man. I wish I could. I wish I could tailor my advice to your preference, but you went through an entire list of all the different things that you're trying. And the golden arc here in this time that we're alive and in business right now is Facebook, because that's where all of your customers are. So I'd like to know, what is the end goal for you? I mean, I think I'm gonna probably say that you probably started in this business doing the painting. Am I right?
Started painting, yep.
And you came a long way, and you did it, and you earned it, and you got to a point where you're not painting right now. Is that true?
That is true.
There's a lot of uncomfortable decisions that come with this new CEO that we got in front of us right now. And that is making strategic decisions for the survival of the business. Okay. Because it's unsustainable right now because you have nothing predictable. Nothing. Even your Google isn't predictable. You don't know when a Google lead's coming in. You have no clue. There's no clarity there. Right. So for me, I look at it like this. I know for a fact, if I put money in Facebook, I'm going to get leads out of it. And I can see the leads, see the data. They're going to get sent to drip jobs. I can follow up with them, and I have a sense of control. That's where the lapse is, right? So if you don't have control in marketing, sales, production, or administrative, that's when us as CEOs, we start to get antsy because we feel like we're out of control. But you're a CEO, so your nature is to be a leader and to feel in control as a leader. So production you seem to have under control because you're naturally good at the production aspect of this business. True?
Yep. And we have a production manager handling it also.
And you have a production manager. Dude, you have people that are counting on you to make business decisions. And again, I still haven't gotten my answer because I keep over talking myself, but I want you to get this, brother. What is the goal for you, man? What are you doing this for?
Yeah, our goal is it's
Your
long
goal.
term.
Your
Yeah,
goal.
yep. That's my wife and I. So
Okay.
our goal is to have our business hit that 3 million mark, so she can be full time in ministry. We have a
Okay.
non-for-profit that we
Oh,
support. It's
I
called
love
Camp
this.
Cedar, and it helps victims of sexual abuse.
Amazing. David, don't let this silly moral deterrent of Facebook or whatever the hurdle is get in the way of the big picture here. Because sometimes we need to make a strategic decision for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need to buy into something that maybe we disagree with, or maybe have trouble overcoming a barrier for God's purpose in your life. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When you said that, I got chills because there's a roadblock here that you're not unlocking because of a hurdle or whatever that moral disagreement is. And it's the key to your freedom because you need exposure. That's all this is about. This is just about exposure. Who's going to get in front of the customers? That's the key. You can clean up your website as much as you want. If people aren't traveling to your website, which very few are nowadays, it doesn't matter. The website isn't as good as it was 5 years ago. CEOs that win are innovative and they're always looking for the next play. Always. They're never satisfied. They always question if something that they're doing is going to continue to work, right? So in other words, like, again, the website's great, but that could be a big deterrent for you having your pricing blown up all over it. What it's really doing is it's disqualifying people who aren't educated enough to understand why the price costs as much as it does. Do you see how that could easily deter someone when they see your pricing on their website? I would never put my pricing on my website, ever. I don't want you to make a decision as to why you think I'm too expensive for you. I want to tell you the value behind why we're expensive so you can make a more educated decision. Is that true?
Makes sense.
If we have a lead issue, we don't want to send anyone away. We want people to call us to inquire. We want to create curiosity. We don't want to deter business. We want to get in front of them. We want to present, right? Because we need to capitalize on those leads. So again, like when we look at our website, I don't think people are going there as much. Generally speaking, most people search using a phone, right? And when they go on the phone, they look for a local service and they call. That's it. They don't travel to the website. We have to pay attention to how we operate as consumers, and we want to align our business in what we feel like is best practice. And generally speaking, if I needed junk removal or if I needed baseboards or if I needed anything done, going to Google, looking at that awesome company with 195 reviews, hitting the call button. That's it.
Yeah, that's where we a lot of posts
trust.
on the Google and then like with YouTube Shorts. So anything to kind of keep us with those video things to help.
I mean, really though, but
Yeah.
your buyer isn't on YouTube Shorts. I mean, they're not on there. You know, what are they doing on YouTube Shorts? That's a millennial experience. Your buyer is middle class or near retiree that wants to renovate their home that they own. You know how hard it is for a millennial to buy a house?
Difficult. My two sons are in that position.
Go ask your customers that you're working for if they know what YouTube Shorts is. You can't allocate resources to something that's a waste of time. YouTube is not the play. It's a waste of time.
Not, we probably get about 2-3 leads a week off them stupid YouTube Shorts. And we're just doing, it's more for sales, honestly. You know, this is how we do things. So that's kind of the play for that. But I hear what you're saying. I don't want to discount
Listen, David, no, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but are those leads converting? I mean, are they your ideal customer? Are they people that are
95% of people that come from YouTube? High conversion.
Well, maybe how much are you spending on YouTube? Well, why not? I mean, this is the principle here. Look, I have no problem admitting I'm wrong because I don't run YouTube Shorts. I could be hearing great information right now that maybe I could be deploying. The thing here is, David, is what you do when you get results. You got to double down, right? If something works, it's worth testing using money, and it is a gamble if it can be amplified. right? So in other words, like, yeah, fine. You got some results on YouTube Shorts, but my thought is, well, dang, David, put $500 in it and then see if that rocket rides. You know, that's the mindset, is like, you need to take the money and you need to do things with it that help grow the business. That's the core of this. And if we operate in a scarcity mindset as business owners, you're just going to be waiting, you know, and there has to be an element of a budget where you say, I'm okay with spending $5,000 a month testing various channels, testing Facebook, giving this to a Facebook marketer to generate me leads, where literally if I just sell one cabinet job for $10K, it covers the whole month. I mean, you're not selling lawn care. I know that quality's good. I know you're probably hitting 12, 15 on those big, beautiful kitchens. Is that true?
Pretty close.
One job could cover the whole month. So, I mean, what do you think about that, man? Am I off base? Did I jolt something in you, or are you like, I can't wait to get off the call with this guy? What do you think?
Yeah, we've been something I got to look into. I've never actually looked at Facebook ad or YouTube ads as far as, you know, what they cost and how they work. I have no idea. But Facebook, yeah, I haven't. It's been a year and a half since I've been off of that. So to get that going, honestly, I'd have to figure out even how to get that going again, because I don't even remember.
So here's another mindset shift. You have a natural tendency to want to do it all yourself. That's not a good CEO. That CEO is going to find himself way too inundated with stress, and you're creating mental roadblocks. You're like, well, when am I going to get around to learning YouTube ads? Or when am I going to get around to learning how to get Facebook up and going? My friend, your money is your vehicle. Use it. Speed up the learning curve. The methodology I'm giving you of paying to play in these two channels, in this case, you're saying, hey, YouTube's working. My content's generating interest. Find someone to do all this for you, just the same way you did when you told yourself that day on that job that I'm going to get me some help because I can't do all this by myself anymore. Remember that day? How was that day for you?
Good day.
It was a good day where you're like, you know what? I'm giving this to someone else. So don't think that this is something you need to do. You need to delegate and distribute. You're either going to learn or you're going to grow from it. And you might capitalize if it's a reputable company. You know, you have a big why behind what you're doing, man. You know, and I get it. There could be some cash flow issues, but if that's the case, then go slow, grow slow. You know, is cash flow an issue, or are you feeling that that's going to be a prohibitor to getting moving on some of these things? Is 5K something that could be easily thrown out at a marketing agency and to pay for the cost of management and leads right now, or do you need to get creative?
We got to get creative.
Okay.
The first of the year, what we spent definitely put us in a hole that we weren't expecting.
Sure.
We're expecting more to come out of that, and it didn't. So yeah, we gambled.
Okay.
Didn't quite work.
Okay.
So now I got to get creative and grassroots to figure out how I can do this effectively within our budget, and then
have you thought about Angie Leads?
Oh, there. That's like an F-bomb.
What was your experience with them before?
I think that's the ultimate tire kicker.
Okay. Do you want a different opinion? I think that I could probably audit how you handled those leads and spot some areas that you could have improved through either automation or understanding how those leads think and operate, and then looking at the big picture and saying, if you just sell one job, you're going to cover the cost of 20 leads. And if you can't convert 1 out of 20 leads, then that's a sales issue. It's not a lead generation problem, right? So the thought is if you're low on funds in any sense, what if you just go to Angie Leads and say, I only want kitchen cabinet painting leads. That's it. For $50 a lead. And you set a budget of $1,500. That's as cheap of leads that you're going to get because you don't have a management fee of a marketing agency. You might have to pay them $200 to get your account up and running. And then then you set a budget and you don't negotiate from that budget. And you stay strict on getting the credits. If someone calls and says, oh, I'm just looking, you don't get angry about that. You convert them to a customer simply by explaining that just looking isn't going to do anything for you. I can give you a price and bring over a sample door for you so you can make a more educated decision. And using automation, one of the core components of Drip Jobs is taking the lead from Angie, sending it to Drip Jobs, shooting out a text and an email within seconds. If you were getting leads while you were painting cabinets and you weren't responding to them for an hour, a day, or staying on top of them, then of course you were getting poor results. They weren't answering the phone. They weren't converting. These are just people that actually go through the process of putting in a questionnaire. Can you imagine the level of like commitment you have to go through a questionnaire where you give your address, all the details of your kitchen, and you hit the submit button? The way you feel about it is the same way everyone else in your area feels about it. But guess what? Can I let you in on a secret? The customer doesn't care. They like it. It's convenient for them. So I would venture to say, David, if you give it a good college try, just 1 month, this is the testing phase that the CEO needs to go through. And you did it with EDDM. You did it with door knocking. With a renewed mind, try it with a lead aggregator. People are selling jobs with these things, brother. And right now, if it's a cash flow issue, you really don't have many options. It's either you hire someone for marketing to manage your YouTube, to manage your Facebook ads, and then you're going to need a budget for the Facebook ads. So when you think Facebook ads, you should be thinking $3,000 a month to get into the game. That's the number that you want to be budgeting for. It's $1,500 for management generally, $1,500 for ad spend. So that's $3K. If you got $500 in your bank account, you could get leads as early as tomorrow in your area that want cabinet refinishing. I'm going to venture to say the last time you did it, you didn't just niche down with Angie to cabinet refinishing. You probably did all the services that you do.
Yeah.
Right?
Facebook too.
Well, Facebook too. So the thing is, I didn't mention anything about your other services. I just said cabinet refinishing because less competition, higher ticket. See? So that's my advice to you, man. If this is a lead problem, it's about getting creative, making tough decisions, and not relying on an old experience from an old business owner to determine whether or not you pursue something else. This is a new guy here. You're into automation. You're setting up Drip Jobs. You understand the value behind hopefully now paying for these leads and understanding that it's just a game of recycling. Right? We pay for the lead. We convert that lead to an opportunity. That opportunity converts to a sale. So we increase the value of that initial investment 1,000-fold, sometimes more. We pay our team and we keep the rest. But wait a minute, we can't keep the rest. We got to take some of that and we got to do that again because it worked. So always double down on something that works because you never know if that's the thing that's going to lead you to consistency and lead you to scalability. And you're going to reference that and say, okay, cool. If I'm growing, I know that I can rely on Angie leads to at least generate me $50K in the next 3 months. And then I have my Facebook marketing company that's going to be able to generate me 20 to 30 leads. And then, hey, look, YouTube Shorts is coming through. Oh, hey, look, Tyler's doing a good job on Google. I'm getting this many leads, and you've diversified your marketing. No, that's at least the mindset that I would deploy if I were you.
A lot of paper.
It means a lot, man. I hope this was helpful. Do you have any questions? I want to make sure that I gave you your money's worth here.
No, I heard the whatever podcast maybe hit the button. So I was here for wisdom and truth. So however that looks, it looks.
You're purpose driven, man. Don't worry about the how. You know that, I mean, I'm purpose driven too. You're going to have to make uncomfortable decisions, but based on what you told me, I believe that faith is a big component in your life, isn't it?
It is.
Well, I would double down on a faith-based business owner, leader than anyone to put in. You got to get into the game, brother. That's the problem. You're just not in the game. And when you get in the game, you're going to say, hey, I can win this thing. I'm getting leads. It's going to build confidence in you. You're going to sharpen your axe when it comes to sales. You're going to sharpen your axe when it comes to leadership. Your project manager is going to start feeling that momentum again. I mean, it all comes from leads, every bit of it. So after this call, I'm going to give you a referral just to have a conversation so you can start hearing the new language of how Facebook is being done. It's important to, even if you don't plan on buying, sit in on those sales calls of these marketing agencies so you can learn, see what they're saying. You need to understand this. It's 2024. You got to get in the game. And then I would definitely, if cash flow is an issue, if you can come up with $1,000, call Angie Leads today. I just want kitchen cabinet refinishing leads. Do you want house painting? No, I just want kitchen cabinet refinishing leads. Do you want wallpaper? No, just make sure that's clear. I want to set a budget of $1,000. Okay. And give me these zip codes. And then the second, just remember this for the rest of your life. The second a lead comes in, you need to pick up the phone. Hi, this is David. Received your request. And then you have to understand what they're experiencing. My suggestion to you, David, if you really want to go all in on this, go to Angie yourself, put in a request and see how it feels. Do you need anything done around the house? Put in a request for it. Feel it, because you're going to recognize one of two things. Number one, wow, these people are committed if they're filling out this dang form. Number two, you're going to realize if you actually submit it, how long it takes to get anyone to respond to you. So the motivation drops. And you're like, you know what? I'll freaking go out and cut that tree myself. Watch, it's a game of speed. That's all it is. If you're first, you have the best chance of winning because you've built the most trust. At the very least, they'll be like, man, he's on it. Wow, I've had so many people. I've called them within a second of getting that notification on my phone. Just boop, call them. They're like, wow, that was fast. I'm still on the screen. I just clicked the button. You know what I'm saying? You got to be hungry, man. Get after it. You have a big purpose. And you want to retire your wife from her job so she can pursue her passion. This is worth putting every bit of yourself into. This is worth taking any money that you make and throwing it into this machine. You're not selling junk, dude. I'd rather you paint my cabinets than someone that doesn't have a purpose. Why isn't your purpose resonating? Why aren't you selling your purpose? Why aren't you telling people why you're doing this thing? That should be in every bit of everything you do. In your sale.
We started that 3 months ago.
Good.
As part of our sales process.
Have you noticed a tweak in the eye of the people that you're communicating with because they believe that they're buying into it?
Yep. Sales went up.
Sales went up because it's more than just painting. And I guarantee that maybe you want to impact the lives of the painters that come into your world. Is that something you care about?
Absolutely.
We got too much to when I look at the options, I look at purpose, thriving, marriage. I'm married. You know, I look at all the wonderful things. And then I look at my fears and I say, dude, I'll die for this, bro. I'll be honest with you. I'll be poor. I've been poor. I've been broke. I felt it. I'll risk it all. It's worth it. That's honest. I'll be honest with you, David. That's the type of mindset it needs to be. Seek, ask questions. Do what you're doing now, but just do it with more intensity. And demand results out of the people that promised them to you. That's another component of a CEO. Demand them. Okay? You can't lay over like a sheep. You'll get slaughtered. You need to come in. Hey, you said I was going to get 20 leads this month. Where are they? I paid you. Where are my leads? That's the mindset. Good luck, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Keep me updated. I'd love to hear how the story progresses.
Okay, will do.
All right, David. Thank you, man. God bless.
Thanks.